What's going on, guys? This is KNasty3890 here. Welcome back to another episode of Kansas City Royals franchise, episode number 3. Now, we finished the 2018 season. We are going to have roughly around like 13th to 15th overall pick in next year's draft. We're hoping for a higher pick. I tried to make our team bad. They just kept winning. It is what it is. So, we're going to get into the offseason now. The Dodgers won the World Series over the Indians, so if you're a Dodgers fan, there you go. You got yourself a title. First one since '88. Contract with the manager has ended, so we're going to take care of our coaching staff. Let's see who retired. A couple players from ours, just nothing really special. CC Sabathia, borderline Hall of Famer. I think in this, I think if he gets to 300 strikeouts, I think he'll get, 3,000 strikeouts. I think he'll get into the Hall of Fame. He has a lot of wins, but wins have a lot less meaning now than they did 20 years ago, and they'll have less meaning 5 years from now when he actually is up for Hall of Fame, or 5 years from when he retires. It'll be interesting to see if the game puts him in. Tulo retired due to ability, really interesting. He was on the speaking of Hall of Fame, I thought this guy was going to be a Hall of Famer early in his career. Never panned out, apparently. Injuries, playing on concrete in Toronto doesn't help. I know there's turf, but there's concrete underneath that and doesn't help. Victor Martinez had a very good career. Retired over 2,000 career hits, almost 250 career home runs. Not bad for a catcher / first baseman / DH / guy who could not run. Speed of 4. Not bad. He didn't get any of those infield hits. Ichiro, that's a Hall of Famer. No doubt. Maybe one of the best pure hitters baseball has ever seen. Not just major leagues, but baseball. Benoit, balls. Adrian Gonzalez. David Wright. Hey, Will Middlebrooks. Homer Bailey. Any other big names? Chase Utley, I think he is borderline. I think he might get in. His peak was really good. And he is a second baseman. How many second basemen who hit 30 home runs aren't in the Hall of Fame? Probably Jeff Kent. Consistently, not 1 year, consistently. Ichiro's the only guy who made it. Interesting. Alright, so first off, we have to get a new manager. If you guys want a little tip for what I do for managers, don't sign him immediately. You can wait a little bit, and I want to get a guy who's an A. We'll take a chance on this guy, Brian McDonough. I want an A attribute grade for any manager. The reason is some players want the best managers. Some don't care, and it won't be bad if you have a good one. But some do care, and they'll get a boost. Not to mention that my team will get +2 home runs +9, +2 Ks per nine, +1 contact, -1 arm strength. I always give him a 15-year deal. That way I never have to worry about it. He's locked up long term. Let's take a look at our exclusive free agent negotiations. And both these guys are free agents. They have more than 6 years of service time, and I don't care if they leave. So there's that. So we can sim a few days. He's no longer interested. We'll come back to the manager probably in December. So here we are, qualifying offer. Yet we have no one to qualify. All right. So take a look at arbitration. Jameson Taillon is up for arbitration. Has 2 years of service time. I kind of want to lock him up, but the money has to be right now. He has 2 years of service time. So if I get, you know what? I don't want. He's already 27. So if I consider locking someone up, not just taking the free agent years, including taking their arbitration years. If you don't know what the arbitration years are, as you see right here, arbitration years are years 1, 2, 3, and 4. Years 3, 4, 5, and 6 up to their free agency. And those can get expensive. But I don't want to give him a 5-year deal or a 6-year, maybe a 5-year deal. I don't want to give him a 6-year deal. He's already 27. So if we give him a 6-year deal, he's 33. He'll start declining. A 5-year deal, though, and it's only, okay, that'll do. I'll go up a little bit more just to make sure he's happy. 5-year, $23 million deal. That'll do. That's great. Justin Grimm pitched really well for us. He's only 30, 80 overall C potential. I don't want to give a 5-year deal for a reliever, but I'll go. Let's see. He wants to be on a contender, so he'll not have a full bar, but 2 years, $5 million, I'll do that. Triggs, definitely want to keep him around. 5 years, we'll bring that up a little bit to $8 million, 1.6. He'll be 35 at that point. Well, actually, you know what? Let's see. Yeah, let's not do that. We can go cheaper than that. 3 years for $2.2 million, $733,000 each. Let's see. Brian Flynn, another lefty reliever. I'll keep him. He's a B potential, 28. He might get up to a low 80s. It's a little pricey, but lefty relievers have a lot of value. Chester Cuthbert, he's not a bad player, not a great player. I think he can be a serviceable third baseman for us for a year or two. Hit 277, 14 home runs, His WAR last year was almost 2. That's not terrible. That's pretty solid. And 2-year deal for like 3.2 million keeps him happy. I think that's fine. Goins, I mean, dime a dozen. We have actually other guys in the system. Orlando can hit, but he didn't hit last year. He played every day. He didn't. I'm gonna let him go. Cody Ash, let him go. Almonte, let him go. Willie Peralta, even though he's a B potential, he's already 29. There's not really much there. If we go to tender contract, so Jake Junis only has 1 year of service time. Pitched great. I think he's going to be a great pitcher in this franchise because his walks per 9 are really good. So let's like a 5-year deal. As you can see, his coaching staff, you see how it stats is he's upset because he wants top tier coaching. We're going to get him a top tier manager by the end of this offseason. So he'll like that, and that'll increase his overall, make him better. A 5-year deal for $14 million. That's $2.5 million a year. That'll take him to his 31. I love that deal. Matt Olson, another guy, if we can lock up, 5-year deal. He has, okay, now the interest is coming up. He wants to be close to home. Well, I think he's from, is he from Cali? Do 5 years, 21.6. That takes him till he's 30. That takes him to I think that's safe. He's from Georgia, and that's not too far from away. Now, the thing is, I could maybe sign him to like a 7-year deal. So that was how much? 5 years. It's like $4 million a year. So if you go like 7-year deal, then it becomes $7.7 million every year. So I think he'll be a very good player. I'm not sure if his overall will warrant being that much of an expensive player. So I think a 5-year deal, $4 million a year is fair. Valoria, that's our catcher of the future. I will just sign him. Now, the rest of these guys are just like minor leaguers, so I'm not going to waste your time showing these. I'm just going to go sign them to their 1 year, like $100,000 contract. You don't need to see that, so I'm going to edit all that out. You're going to see the finished product right now. All right, guys, so all those players have now been offered. They haven't signed yet. We haven't sent any days. Just went through all of them. It's tedious. Give them all contracts, or not all of them. The ones that I think are worthy of them. Some older players I kind of will just let go. Let's take a look at the team, though. So our rotation. Now, again, next year, I just don't think we're ready to contend. I think it's still wise just to build the system. But I don't have a problem spending and get some players in free agency, maybe on a 1-year deal. And, I mean, if we are sneaky contending, we're like 10 games above 500 at the trade deadline, maybe we'll keep them or something like that. Or if we're struggling, we can then trade them and get some prospects for them. So, rotation, maybe get one more arm in there. I like Triggs, Tylen, Junis, and Duffy. One more arm wouldn't kill us. Skoland is the other guy, but he's not really much of a player. We got these young guys who are just not ready yet. Relievers, maybe try to get a reliever or two. Grimm's out there. We don't have a quote-unquote closer. Catcher, I think we should get a catcher. I think I want Valoria to continue to have another year in the minors. His bat's not ready. So we'll let him to continue to develop in the minors. First base, we're fine. We can even use, if we wanted to, probably not. I mean, maybe one of these guys, Naylor or Prado, was like a DH type, but we'll come back to that. Second base, we could use Mondesi at second base. We had Goins. I'm actually going to just flat out release him, just get him off this. So maybe Mondesi, or we can find someone else out there. Third base, we have Cuthbert, who's not the worst option. Don't have a lot else in the system, Potts, but he's a few years away. Shortstop, we definitely could use a shortstop. Left field, we got Corbett in draft. I mean, like I said, he could play like in the bigs. He wouldn't be a great player. His fielding's bad, but there's speed, there's a little bit of contact, especially for his left. He wouldn't be a great player, but he wouldn't be bad, but I don't think it's wise to put him in the bigs. Let him play in the minors, maybe his potential goes up. Center field, we really don't have an outfield other than Soler, and I guess Bonifacio. I think Bonifacio can play in the bigs. Soler is a guy, though, that now he's an A potential. We'll see if he really starts shooting up, you know? We'll see. So we definitely need to get almost like every position except probably first. So let's go take a look at free agency. Let's not overreach. I mean, I'm not going to go get Altuve. I'm not going to go get Harper. For one, they have a qualifying offer made to them, and that's going to cost us a draft pick. That's stupid. We want draft picks. So I'm not anyone who has, when it says qualifying offer made, it means we will lose a draft pick. If it says qualified like Andrew Miller, we don't lose a draft pick for signing him. How much would he cost? $7.5 million. Come back to that. That's an option. Kimbrel, there's Doolittle. Doolittle has no interest in coming here. Neither does really Kimbrel, and he's going to be more expensive than others. Cody Allen, maybe? Now he does not want to be here. DJ LeMahieu, he was a good piece for our Tampa Bay franchise. He wants to be on a contender and he wants $13 million. He already has an offer from Colorado. We won't be able to get him. Charlie Blackmon, maybe? Had a really good year. I'll give him a 2-year deal. I won't go more than 2, but I'll give you 2. Iglesias at short, I think that would be a nice pickup. A 1-year, $12 million deal, I'll do that. There's Moustakas, who we had. He did all right. 273, 30. Actually, that's not bad. I'm selling short on Moustakas. Herrera, we could re-sign Herrera, who pitched well for the Cubs last year. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get all these guys. Like it may say we've like overstretched our reach. Ian Kinsler maybe on a 1-year deal. Oh, $8 million. Dude, I thought you were gonna be a little cheaper. Grandal at catcher. 284, 15 home runs. That's not bad for a catcher. Oh, he wants $10 million. Man, these guys run a lot. Chirinos. Actually, Chirinos looks pretty good for a bat. Hit 27 home runs, and he wants $8 million as well. But we'll offer it to him and see what happens. Justin Wilson out of the pen, pitched all right. There's Jose Reyes here. Brad Bark. Not bad. Ryan Madsen pitched really well. He's 38, so Michael Brantley can definitely hit. Even though he didn't last year, so maybe he'll be kind of cheap. $8 million. All right. Josh Tomlin, maybe. He might not. I think that would be a solid number 5. I'll go $5 million for him. And there's some other players here. Trey Flowers, I kind of like. Brian McCann hit pretty well in limited action with the Astros. 301 and only 166 at bats. $5 million for him, and he doesn't want to be here, which I don't blame him. Hanram. Actually, Hanram looks pretty good. That might not be a bad DH. Let's go $4 million for a DH and Hanley. Not bad. Let's see what happens. All right, Blackmon is a Rocky. Donaldson is a Red. That's interesting. Kimbrel's a National. Ooh. All right, we got to fix that. Let's get rid of some of these older guys. And yes. Nope, I want to get rid of guys who are not signed. I'll get rid of him. He's older. Some older guys who don't have a good potential. I'll get rid of you. And let's see what else. I think we're almost good. I want to keep him if he's under contract. I wish it would just tell. I bet there is a win. I'm just missing it, but I think we're good now. All right, let's go back to free agency. Oh, I got rid of all the offers we had out there. All right, well, let's go back to the... Oh, it looks like... No. Actually, I'm not sure. So I guess we're going to have to go back and make offers again. Iglesias, again, a 1-year deal for like $12 million. I'm okay with that. It's the only offer he has. Yes, Money has a 4-year deal. I don't want to give out 4-year deals. I want to do 1, maybe a 2-year deal. I'll do 2 for Herrera. We know him, so... Michael Brantley. I'm going to do 1. I'm going to put it pretty low. He has no other offers, and I'm hoping he's just like, it's better than nothing, you know? It's better than not playing. And let's see. Brett Gardner as an outfielder may not be the worst thing. If he's cheap, $4 million, I'll be up to I'll do that for Brett Gardner. That's actually a little pricey. Where's Hanley? I like the bat in Hanley. Or Pedro. Pedro Alvarez is basically a worse Matt Olson. I like that Hanley hit lefty as well. Unless he already signed with someone. He may have signed with us. Sometimes they just don't tell you. And he did. And Tomlin signed, so it didn't tell us that we signed these guys, which is really annoying. Actually, I think it will tell us here. Nope, not there. Yeah, it doesn't say it here where we signed these guys, when we did sign them. So we're going to have to check the roster. So we got Tomlin. We got Chirinos. We got Hanley. So we do need a second baseman. I hope we get Iglesias. Third base, I think Cuthbert's fine. And we need at least one more outfielder. So let's go take a look at free agency again. And maybe Brett Gardner will come back to that. Hunter Pence. How much will he cost? 3.6. Okay. Forsythe, that second baseman, not be the worst thing. That's more than I wanted. 4.5 is more than I wanted. AJ Pollock, good fielder, can hit. I'll do AJ Pollock on a 1-year deal. And then Neil Walker at second. Hit 24 home runs, actually, for $4 million. I think we'll offer that and see what happens. Doolittle is a Cardinal. Cody Allen's a Red Sox. I was going to say the Red Sox need to get a reliever. They lost Kimbrel, and they got Cody Allen. Herrera's an Indian. All right. Pollock is a Dodger. Damn it. Miller's in... Damn, the Nationals are going all in. Harper's an Oriole. Ooh, so he's staying in the Baltimore, D.C. area. 8 years, $207 million. Grossly underpaid. All right, let's see. I guess they didn't tell us if we got the other guys. We do need to get another reliever. I guess Hanley's... Not Hanley. Iglesias is still pondering that contract, so let's go look at it. I mean, he has a 4-year, $40 million deal, so does he want just a 1 year go back into free agency type of thing? Adam Jones on a 1-year deal, $4 million. And then we're still waiting on Neil Walker. For relievers, I guess we can get like Ryan Madsen. I mean, a 1-year deal. Doesn't really want to come here, but it's better than not playing. All right, let's make sure our 40-man is all set so we don't lose anyone in the Rule 5 draft. I don't think any of these guys will be eligible, but I'll double check. I'd rather be due diligent than not diligent enough. Hunter Green is only 19, so he won't be on it. And he is not. These guys are overalls are too low, so they're not going to get picked. I want to make sure Valoria is not on it. He is not. Alex Jackson is not eligible. Prado's too young. Same with Naylor. They're usually like this 24-year-olds, 25-year-olds are usually the guys who are on it. Mondesi, I think he's on the 40. No, he's not on the 40-man, but he's not eligible for it. He's too young. He's not eligible. These guys are too young. And Bonifacio is eligible, and I want him on the Major League team. And Valdez was one of our draft picks from last year. He obviously is not eligible for the Rule 5 draft, so we're good there. Madsen's a Ranger. All right. Brantley is a Mariner. I guess we'll go with, I guess Brett Gardner on a 1-year deal. Did we sign? We did get Iglesias. Okay, so we got a shortstop. We did get Neil Walker. We did get Adam Jones. So we kind of need that DH then. Oh, we have the DH in Hanley. So we kind of just need a reliever. So I'm not sure withdraw that. We don't really need Gardner anymore. There's not really any relievers. Maybe Sean Kelly. A 1-year deal for 1-year deal. 2.3. That should be good. We already did the 40-man. That's all set. Angels interested in trade. Avisail Garcia is a good player. Not a great player, good player. And Justin Upton is 31. I feel like he's older. I thought he was older. Guess not. That being said, Matt Olson, new. Alright, let's continue simulating. Manny Machado's a Blue Jay. Okay. So the Orioles lose Machado, but they get Harper. I think that's a win on their end. Alright, we can continue simulating. Red Sox interested in trade. Matt Olson, Cody Allen, who they just got, who we could have signed, which, and Michael Chavis, who's a good young prospect, but I want Matt Olson. They're like, the only thing the Royals have is Matt Olson. Let's offer everything. All right, so we're going to have the number 13 pick in next year's draft. We actually might be able to get a halfway decent player in this. Pedroia. We'd have to take on his contract, which I'm not going to do. We could get Randall Delgado. I have no problem with that. No, I know some of you guys have mentioned in my other franchise, and if you haven't watched that one before, you may mention the same thing, that there will be like top prospects like Harrison Bader. Like you can just draft him and then trade him immediately. You can kind of build up your system, and because when you draft a guy in the Rule 5 draft, which is what this is, they have to be on your major league team for one full season. If they get sent down, they go back to the original team. So I could just sign Bader, then trade it to any team and get like a good haul in return. But I feel like that's kind of cheapish, so I don't do it. Let's get Delgado. Let's get a reliever. Ooh, or Gott. Gott has better home runs per nine. He's younger, but his overall's going. Or is he just not happy? Because he's in the minors. So he's a 78. Delgado's a B potential. 5 years of service time versus 0 years of service time. I'm going to take Gott. Gott has 0 years of service time. He's going to be under team control for 6 years. Delgado's a free agent at the end of next year. I'd rather get the guy who has 6 years of time. And if Delgado is available in the second pick, I'll take him. I'll get them both. There's our bullpen. There you go. So we got both of them. That helps our bullpen. Now they have to be on the big league club, like I said, for a full season. And I think they probably will be. They'll be in our bullpen. So now we need to get a manager. We haven't done that yet. So we can just go to managers, find a guy with A potential or A attribute grade. You want to get someone younger, relatively so he doesn't retire. So here we go. James Rosen. There we go. 15-year deal. Boom. We're good. And that way, we don't have to worry about a manager for 15 years. Iglesias for Doolittle, Brett Cecil, and Ryan Helsley. Helsley is... Oh, he's a starter. I thought it's a shortstop. He is not much of a prospect. Doolittle and Cecil, I mean, we're taking on... Even though the contracts are the same, that's more years of time. I'm going to pass on that. Delgado, so they signed him with Delgado, so that's his contract next year. It's $1.6 million. Not too bad. All right, offseason has ended. Let's go to the regular season. Let's build the lineup, and then that'll be the video guys. Let's make sure our scouts are good. International West, Central East. We can upgrade Central. All right, so make sure I was highlighting the right guy. Other than that, everything looks good. We can take a look at top prospects. Acuna's 1. Where is our highest prospect? Hunter Green is at 20. That actually might... No, we had that right fielder. He might sneak in on this. That we drafted last year. And no, he did not, unless I missed it. I think that was the only prospect we have is Hunter Green. Yeah, unless I missed it twice. I don't think I did. All right. But we'll get some more. We'll have some more draft picks. Our rotation actually looks pretty, like, it's not high overalls, but they're guys who pitch well. There's Gott, there's Delgado. Our lineup, Iglesias, Bonifacio, Adam Jones, Madison. Actually, I want Madison batting third. Hanley's playing third. New. Where's Chester? Well, he must have got, you know what? I bet you I know what happened. Did he get drafted in the Rule 5 draft and I may not have kept him. No, he's right there. It's weird. There. All right. We need to get rid of someone from the bullpen. There we go. All right. I don't want Hanley playing third base. That's a recipe for disaster. This lineup's not awful. Like, we may sneak and win some games. But we'll see. And, like, I think there's enough pieces here that we can get some good players. Like, we could trade and get some good young players. We'll see how it happens. But I don't expect us to really... we might contend. We'll see. It'll be interesting to see. It will be interesting. All right, let's put him here. I'll put Hanley to play third and versus lefties in a National League ballpark. I think that's okay. We just got to make sure there's enough players on the AAA team, and then we'll end the video, boys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please drop a like if you did. And yeah, we're building a team, a collection of talent, I guess. It's working. We signed some free agents, but like Torinos, I think, has a good amount of value out there. Like, we can get a good prospect or two if we want to trade him. Which, like I said, it's a 1-year deal, only 8.7, so any team can get him. And I think we can get a good prospect from him. Same with Iglesias. And then we got young guys coming up, so it's nice to see. I'll talk to y'all later, boys. Take it easy. Peace.